Raciolinguistics. You have a lot of stuff where you start this like new way of thinking about language, which is like a raciolinguistic perspective. And then you have papers that talk about undoing a raciolinguistic perspective and unsettling that raciolinguistic perspective.
Part of what we were always trying to do, or part of what I was always trying to do, was to emphasize the deeply contested, unstable nature and often incoherent nature of race and language, and to try to call into question, especially the categories that are available to us for naming varieties of language, and the categories that are available to us for naming populations and parsing and perceiving. Now, the uptake of raciolinguistics has been interesting. Many people are using it not to emphasize the deeply unstable, contested, incoherent nature of race as a phenomenon and categories that are available for naming language varieties. Instead, the uptake has been sort of, in some situations, reproducing deeply naturalized orientations to race and language. So it's sort of, this population uses this set of patterns, or emanates this set of patterns. That's raciolinguistics. And I say, oh no, the whole point of this is to say we live in a, I have a lot, I'm sort of scandalized. I invite people to be scandalized by
Oh yeah.
our ignorance about race and our ignorance about language.
Yeah.
So we live in a world of 8 billion plus people, and you have some situations where people presume that there are 5 racial categories for parsing 8 billion people. What I always like to ask people is, if your racial and linguistic taxonomies require ignorance of entire continents and billions of people in the world, you've got a major problem.